How's it going, everyone? Mail time. I've already talked about the bank system that we're going to test. Figured we'd do an unboxing of that. This was Maill late yesterday evening. So PCM of North Carolina had a special over Easter weekend. I jumped on it. I had a spare 411 PCM. So that's what I had done. I sent them a tune file. Shout out to my friend Mike. He used his copy of HP Tuners to download a copy of my current tune and mail it to them so they could modify it for the heads and cam I've spoken about. So, yep, nothing exciting there, folks. The dirty old used PCM. But that puts us one step closer to installing this stuff. So that's obviously that custom ground cam 224-232 that I used in the past in a 5.3, and it made really good power. And then those are the advanced induction 799 heads. We'll be doing a set of 50-pound injectors from a 6.2 flex fuel truck at the same time as well. So now I guess we can move on to something more tangible here. So I've heard a lot of good things about these, but at the same time, like I said in that short the other day, like using a stock airbox with an air aid intake tube just seems to always work, and I can't find it, of course, when I want to look at it and quote it exactly, but it did the best on the dyno. Hats off to Banks and their crew. Nice thick cardboard, well packaged. So that's the first thing we notice. So typical rubber coupler. Okay. There is the lid of their airbox. I don't know how I feel about this and why they didn't go bigger here, but whatever. They did what they did. So, and more couplers, clamps, some hardware. Huh. Okay. That's going to be worth the price of admission right there, right? And clearly that's your intake tube. Okay, over to the lid. So I was thinking maybe it had a scoop, but I'm assuming it's going to go like this to the fender, and here is where it's going to pick up its cold air. And of course we'll have this like so. Okay. Okay. Magnets, stickers, etc. Owner's manual. We may have to open that up and have a peek at it. And I'm going to assume that this last box is my air filter. There we go. Yep. I'm not even going to open it because we know. Oh, what the hell. Let's have a look at it. Curiosity killed the cat, but it's a good thing I'm not a cat. Okay. So that's a pretty damn big filter and media there. So that's why the opening of the box is shaped the way it is. I'm gonna, oh yeah, okay. So it goes on the bottom of the lid and goes down into this box. I still would have thought that they would have given me some sort of a scoop. Maybe that can be bought separately, I don't know. I'll have to look into it, but okay. Good size intake tube. I don't see where it pinches down anywhere. The aired ones, if you've ever seen them, they kind of hoop up and pinch, and they're obviously bigger than a stock one, but this one's got kind of a sharp 90 in, but yeah, Banks Ram Air. Oh well. Like I said, I really thought it was going to have a scoop of some sort to help funnel the air in. So yeah, we'll see how that does over my paper filter, aerated intake tube, and modified lower air box. So we're just going to take a moment here and go through the owner's manual real quick. Just why not? Yeah. Banks Ram Air system. So, yeah, no, that's how it goes together. There's no ducting whatsoever over here. It picks up air from the bottom and the fender. Now, okay. Yeah, it does not say anything about a scoop to pick up from like under the bumper and draw air in. That may be something we experiment with down the road. Try to build something that'll kind of force the air up into it a little bit. Obviously, we don't want to turn it into a water scoop with the rain we have here in Florida sometimes, but yeah. So that's pretty much what we've got going with that. That's obviously for my truck, the 2001 Silverado, and there's a high probability we're going to the track tonight. I'm watching the weather. We're gonna go down there, tech in, strap the drag radials on, and see what happens. Feel free to, if you've been following that truck, drop your predictions below what you think it'll run. The online calculators, I never really find any of them to be very accurate. They're all over the place. I've gotten as slow as 1413 and as fast as 1296 by inputting the information I have for it. By no stretch of the imagination do I think it's going to go 1290s or 12 anything for that matter, but I definitely feel like it's faster than 14.1. I think I could go there on street tires and pedal and go low 14s with it just spinning everywhere. So I think the one I feel the most comfortable with said 1358 at 100.3. So that's the mark we're shooting for. We'll say plus or minus half a tenth. We'll see where we land, and if I end up going, which again I said high probability, that video will be up tomorrow. So, and of course I've got to get back to work on the 72 GMC Jimmy LS swap, and I've got some lift keys to install on the black 2005 Sierra four-wheel drive truck as well. So we're gonna cram all that in this weekend, and there'll be videos for all of that, and maybe a few shorts to kind of keep people updated. All right, thanks for hanging in there with me. Always appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. More than anything, I like people's input, and I like that interaction. So please, if there's a question, constructive criticism, suggestion, anything of that nature, go ahead and drop it in the comments. And yeah, totally interested in hearing what everybody has to say and what they think. All right, thanks again.